Okay, test, test, test. This is the first time I'm recording a YouTube video in my room in Lisbon. The room is a complete mess, but I managed to put everything aside so that I can have this white wall in the back. I don't know if the audio is gonna be good. The lighting, is okay. I put here a flashlight. And it's time for another public investment portfolio update. This is gonna be the last one of this year. And hopefully by the end of December, I'll make an entire video reviewing all my investment decisions up to this point and tracking the performance against the broad market and see how we are performing. Just like a final review. And yeah, I'll try to keep things as short as possible, as always, concise, so that I don't occupy a lot of time. Remember, this is not financial advice, this is just me doing my own things. Just always do your own research. This is like a time log for me, so that in a few years I can look back and understand. I'll look at these videos and I'll know what is going through my mind instead of just looking at some Excel spreadsheets and valuations. And I'll know, okay, I was like in the middle of process of moving, this was happening in my life, this was happening that, and I'll see which things went well and which things went wrong. I think this is fun, and if you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit the like button. So I'll open the Trading 212 app, which is the one that I've been using for this specific series. And as you can see, straight out of the bat, we invested in total 600 euros. And right now, if I were to sell all of my positions, I would have 557. So we are down 42 euros. And the yearly performance is minus 7%, which is horrible. If I didn't have to do anything with my money, I would still have my 600 euros. But remember, this is like a long-term strategy portfolio, so there's gonna be times where we'll be underperforming and sometimes we'll be overperforming. Hopefully, but only time will tell if you stick long enough with this YouTube channel, and if I stick long enough with this documentary, let's call it that way, we'll see if these decisions paid off or no. Of course, this is just a reminder, like the broad market S&P 500 in this exact time frame, it's down 16%. So we are beating the market, but nonetheless, it's still negative performance, which is horrible. At the same time, you can argue if you don't do anything with your money, you'd be also down because of inflation. Inflation has been high in the past few months, so you're 10% more or less down if you're from Portugal in terms of purchasing power. Then again, if you combine it with these 10% plus 7%, I can say that I lost like roughly 70% of my purchasing power compared to last year. So let's see here just a quick overview of our investments. So Alibaba is up 17%, but it's only 24 euros of the 24 euros of the total portfolio. Google is down, Amazon is down, Farfetch is down, Intel is down. Pretty much everything is down except, funny enough, Chinese stocks. I think this is like one of the first times this is happening in this series. So this is, as you can see, this is quite volatile. And let's move to the pie that I created to this month. So you can see here the past pies, they are all like pretty negative. The one from March is up, which is kind of nice. And we are just dollar cost average down. I already have videos about this kind of strategy. So the holdings that I've selected are specifically the stocks that were down 20%, and this is going to be a month where I'm going a bit more aggressive. So normally I have the bulk of my portfolio straight to ETFs, but this time I'm only going to allocate 20% because I feel like we already have a good enough foundation. So 20% is going to Google, 15% is going to Amazon, 15% is going to Meta platforms, 15% is going to Farfetch, even though a few days ago they reported terrible earnings and really poor guidance for the future, but I do think this is a good unicorn to be exposed to, and I am young, I still have a lot of years ahead of me, so I can take a bit more risk. Remember, everyone is in a different situation, so this might not apply to you. So I have also a new stock for this portfolio. It's going to be Taiwan Semiconductors, because they have announced they are even doubling down more on investments on the United States in terms of chip factories. And my play on Intel has been mostly because they are also investing a lot in US made chips, but this is like the leader in the market with their 3 millimeters like nano chips, which Intel cannot produce until I would say 2025 and 2026, I don't know, and I want to be exposed to this company, so I'm adding here 15%. As you can see, this is a far more aggressive month, and so we're going to invest So this is like, it's a good time to live, it's really straightforward, and this time we're gonna invest 100 euros. So for the entire year it's been like 700 euros. Actually, we can do 120. Let me see if I can. Okay, I can write it. So it's gonna be 720 euros for the entire year. So if you divide that for 12 months, it's gonna be roughly 60 euros per month. So 15 euros per week is more or less the price that you pay for having a dinner out. This wasn't a huge dent in my overall finances for the year. If you would ask me, okay, Pedro, let's invest 700 euros right now, I don't have the money for it. But if you divide it across all the months, all the weeks, it's something that's more feasible, and the earlier we start, the better we will be in the future. Unless you're expecting a really huge salary bump in the future or other incomes, I think this is a far easier approach to compounding your investments, of course, if they perform well. So far, this hasn't been a really good year, it's been a rough year, but probably this is the best time to invest, and not when the market is at all-time highs or when you're like near to your retirement, because I have what, 40 years ahead of me before I plan to retire or leave off my investments. So one day at a time, and we'll see how this will pan out. So confirm buy, and I'm assuming some of them will not execute at the moment, but this was for the update for today. And if you want to see my overall performance comparison with the entire stocks in this portfolio, just wait for the future video. Right now it's been a bit messy, but I'm waiting more or less for the week before Christmas, so I'll have a bit more time to have a more planned video, so to speak. Okay, fast forwarding for when all my positions have been executed. So right now, total investment, the total amount of money invested in this portfolio was 720 euros, and the portfolio worth is 677 euros. You can see here that the returns have moved from 7% to 5%, because this was a big contribution, almost like 2 months of worth of contributions. So you can see the performance has increased, because if you do this strategy of dollar cost averaging down, I don't know what happened there, you can dilute, like you will not time the perfect bottom, you will not time the perfect top, but as long as you average between like your contributions, whether that is monthly, weekly, daily, yearly, whatever, in the long term, you will follow the trend. You might not have like the best performance overall, but if you still believe that the market is going to trend upward, or at least the world is evolving, or the companies that you're investing are going to be sticking with us for the foreseeable future, well, this is a good approach, and this is a more easier way to emotionally control yourself. And as you can see here, we are like our performance right now is 5.82%. And you can see here the allocation. Let me go to the bottom. So yeah, the bulk of it, so over 50% of my investment portfolio, even though this was a really aggressive contribution in this month for individual stocks, I mean, we can see here that 50% of it is composed of an ETF. So this is a basket of stocks. Then 12% is going to Google, 7% is going to Meta Platforms, former Facebook, 6% is going to Intel, 3.73% for Tencent, 3.65% for Alibaba, and you can see here so on and so on. So yeah, that was just a quick check I wanted to give before I finish this video. So see you in the next time. Bye.